Okay, let's be real for a second. Have you ever jumped on a friend's Wi-Fi or, shared your Netflix password? Well, we're going to dive into some of those super common, everyday things we all do that just might, be breaking the law. You probably think you are, right? Of course. You pay your taxes, you stop at red lights, you're a good person. But what if I told you that your daily routine is probably packed with tiny, invisible crimes you don't even know you're committing? No, really, it's true. We're not talking about major felonies here, but a bunch of small, everyday actions that feel completely harmless, yet technically they're illegal in a lot of places. So, first up, let's talk about the digital world. I mean, it's where so much of our life happens now, and let me tell you, it's an absolute minefield of old, forgotten laws that haven't caught up with reality. Just look at this disconnect right here. On the one hand, you think you're just borrowing some internet or helping a friend catch up on a show, but the law? It can see that as unauthorized access. Whoa, suddenly sounds a lot more serious, doesn't it? And it all boils down to this one legal term, unauthorized access. You see, it's a super broad concept. To the law, there isn't always a huge difference between you quickly checking your Instagram on a neighbor's open network and someone trying to get into sensitive files. The key element is just using a network without permission. And wow, the scope of this is huge. You've got password sharing, which, services like Netflix are really cracking down on. That can get your account shut down. Then there's the classic downloading copyrighted movies or music, which can lead to some seriously hefty fines. And of course, using those free, cracked versions of expensive software. All these super common habits can fall under this legal umbrella. And get this, think about it. You pick up your partner's phone to check the time, a notification pops up, and you take a quick peek at their messages. That simple, curious little act, in some places, that could technically be considered a crime. It's all about accessing information without consent. All right, so let's build on that idea. We're going to move from just accessing things to actually using and sharing them. And trust me, if you've ever posted a meme, a video, or basically any picture online, this next part is definitely for you. Come on, we've all done it. You see a hilarious meme, a beautiful photo, and you just hit that repost button. But here's the kicker. The person who made it, they own that content. And taking it and sharing it without their permission or giving them credit is, well, in the eyes of the law, it's theft. So how does this usually play out? As you can see, a huge chunk, a full 40%, is just from reposting memes and videos. The other big offenders are using popular music in your own social media videos or just grabbing a picture from a quick Google search for your project or thumbnail. These things feel so normal, but they can get your content taken down, your accounts flagged, or even lead to some really expensive legal trouble. So how do you stay on the right side of things? It's actually pretty simple. First, just assume everything you find online is copyrighted. It's a safe bet. Second, if you really want to use something, try asking for permission. And always, always give credit. But the easiest way? Just stick to websites that offer royalty-free images and music. It's a tiny change in habit that can save you a world of trouble. Okay, let's step away from the keyboard for a minute and get back into the physical world. Because some of our offline habits can also land us in some surprisingly hot water, legally speaking. Come on, be honest. You see something hilarious happening, you whip out your phone and you hit record, right? Maybe to show your friends later. Seems totally innocent. Well, maybe not so much. The two big keywords here are consent and privacy. If someone doesn't know you're recording them, especially in a place where they expect privacy, like inside their own home, you could actually be breaking the law. And it doesn't even matter if you post it online. The act of recording itself can be the crime. Okay, here's another one for you. A huge concert gets announced, you're sitting in that brutal online queue, and while you're waiting, you go ahead and list the tickets for sale on another site to lock in a quick profit. I mean, it sounds like a pretty smart hustle, doesn't it? But yeah, the law might just call that fraud. And here's why. The moment you advertise something for sale that you don't physically have yet, you're technically misleading the people who might buy it. Even if you fully intend to get the tickets and send them, that initial promise to sell something you don't actually own is a really risky legal move. So after hearing all this, are we all just a bunch of criminals? Well, not exactly. Let's put this all into perspective. I mean, think about it. We've just walked through a whole bunch of really common things that exist in this bizarre legal gray area. From your Wi-Fi habits to the memes you share, the potential to unknowingly break a law is pretty much everywhere. But look, the main takeaway here isn't to make you feel like a bad person. It's really just about awareness. Our world, especially our digital world, has evolved so incredibly fast that our social norms have just completely outpaced the law. The laws are playing catch up. And just being aware of these gaps is the first step to being a little smarter and a little safer, both online and off. So I have to ask, as we wrap this up, which one of these laws genuinely shocked you? Was it the idea that sharing your Netflix password could be a crime? Or maybe secretly recording a funny video of a friend? Let us know. It's fascinating to see where our assumptions just don't match up with reality.